Invictus Gaming taking on Edward Gaming, and it's all tied up as we go to the final match of this set, as well as the final match for the LPL tonight. And that match in the last game, it looked like EDG had control of the early game, but IG still somehow able to take the gold lead time and time again.
Invictus Gaming coming out with a new gold funneling strategy. You feed your bot lane and let your solo lanes collect those bounties. That's actually how they kept ahead in the gold, and EDG fell for the trap. They thought they were ahead, they played super aggressive, and then when they finally found out their solo lanes, Ray was killed in 2-barrel rotations coming in from the game plank from the top.
Which feels like now the blueprint is pretty clear-cut here. In game number 1, Edward Gaming gives so much more attention towards their mid lane, towards their top lane. You know, yes, it's still funneled down into the bottom lane, but it was these two pieces, their solo laners, that were the primary beneficiaries of getting a lot of the gold. You know, there was a reason why Scout got MVP in game number 1. There's a reason why Rookie got MVP in game number 2. So I hope that Edward Gaming and IG both recognize that this is the key to success, to funnel gold into those solo laners. But that said, I still wait towards Edward Gaming because the bot lane is just winning naturally every single time.
There is no doubt in my mind that EDG should have won that game. They had a 7-0-2 Kai'Sa going into it, and if they just didn't commit all those resources into the bot, they would have taken the entire match. That being said, I don't think Jackie Love is going to feed that hard 3 times in a row.
You said that about the last 2 games. He keeps feeding Clement. At one point, you'd be like, he's probably just power inting at this point.
Okay, I'm just giving one more shot. Give him one more shot. I think he probably won't feed as hard this game. And I want to go on EDG a little bit because the main reason I criticize them is they pick these compositions that are so unforgiving for their opponents, but for themselves as well. They have to play a very slow style with this type of composition. They have an ROA in the mid lane. They're waiting for 2 item spikes on the Kai'Sa, but look at what they're going up against. They're going up against the Varus, the Jace, all of these guys that spike on 1 items. They're very powerful in the mid game.
Yep.
And EDG, they just can't transition out of their own mentalities of their mid game tempo composition and say, we need to take a step back, we need to slow down. They always go in, they're always very hard on the mid game. And it's just that fact that they're unmalleable that really fails them sometimes.
Look at the picks that have come out for IG 2 matches in a row. Besides their supports, they've had 4 damage threats from top all the way down to bottom position. And it seems like in 2 games, EDG struggled to teamfight against it despite the neck-and-neck game 1.
No, not struggle to teamfight. That's the wrong phrase. Do not get me wrong. Invictus Gaming draft better than Edward Gaming every single time. Moffat is the superior drafting coach against No Fade. That's my personal opinion. I stand strong by it. But Edward Gaming, to me, are still the better players. And so they're able to just out-execute and kind of dig themselves out of this hole that they put themselves in a lot of the time with their competition. Now, again, the comps do have windows. I don't think it's as cut and dry as, you know, this one is infinitely better than the other one, but I just like the versatility. You know, as Clement's saying, malleable, that Edward Gaming don't really have that on the competitions. They have very narrow windows to act, whereas Invictus Gaming really do cover a lot of their bases, have multiple power points. It's easier to execute. That said, it's still way too even when it comes to these games because IG still haven't learned how to teamfight correctly, and it's mostly capitalizing on Edward Gaming's mistakes rather than proactively just winning games.
That's definitely true, and I think this match, this game 3, will come down to the mid laners. I felt like Scout outperformed Rookie game 1, and game 2, we couldn't find him anywhere. It's all about the level of pressure that the mid lane is able to give. It changes so much of the map because of that vision pressure, and it changes how the team can possibly set up for plays.
Well, how can the rest of the team help that? If a lot of the focus is going to be on Scouts as well as Rookie in the mid lane, we see constantly EDG throwing resources towards the bottom side of the map, or we constantly see Ning try to track her. How do we actually help out the mid lane?
I mean, the scary thing is that we know that Invictus Gaming know that that's a win condition for them. We do not know if Edward Gaming know that that's a win condition for them. Maybe they look and they say, we have faith in Scout, they're definitely building him up as a franchise player, but ultimately they keep playing towards the bottom lane, and they're investing too many resources into it and leaving the rest of their map starved, and you just can't do that against IG. They have too many talented players.
Overall, I think for EDG, it's too late for them to switch out of their mentality. What they really need to look for is those first Dragon teamfight compositions, something that can come online for them, and then have just one pick that goes well into the late game, so they can also teamfight IG. Because neither of these teams are known as good teamfighting teams. The better one, the one with the better comp, should be expected to come out.
I actually really want to see a Rise pick out of Scout because I think it's the perfect security for them late game, as well as giving them that really strong early mid game presence.
Well, let's see if we get that Rise pick because we're going to go straight into Champions Slate for match number 3.
Thank you so much, and we are right about to get into Champion Select for this Game 3 between Edward Gaming and Invictus Gaming, two massive organizations, and it all comes down to this. It had to be this way. Mako, first pick, blue side Rakan. They played a bottom side, they put him on engaged supports, and now they've got the setup for it.
And it's a challenge to IG to pick up the Xayah or just lose the combination in the bottom lane entirely. There have been proper responses there. Tom Kench comes to mind. A few Caitlyn Morgana lanes out there, just a few, a handful. Morgana's not going to be a case just because we have the Alistar already locked in, but I wonder what the response is going to be since they decided. We'll see with the last pick. Oh, they've already picked him through.
Yeah, Jace locked in once again for Invictus Gaming. Rookie saying, hey, I carried in game 2 despite what happened in the bottom lane. Whatever that was, I don't want to see it once again. So Balan says, great, I'll pick up some disengage, gets himself that Alistar.
I think they should just pick up Nocturne here. I guess Haro is going towards the Trundle, but the Xin Zhao has been failing repeatedly. Even in the first game, it's been having a tough time ending the game because you really can't do too much other than your early and mid-game pressure. Once the game gets long enough, you have no range. You're forced to use your ultimate so often because you're such a fragile champion. So this time around goes with an engaged pick of Gragas.
That should provide a lot of setup for Haro. If we do see that go to Haro, there is the possibility of flexing it into the top lane. We've seen it before
That's
here
true.
in the LPL. As with a laugh and a smile, boy, he says, all right, I took that Kai'Sa snowball in game 1. And despite the shocked look on his face after looking game 2, he's going to return back to what worked for that laning phase.
Yeah, he's coming back angry. That's what I like. Going back into this one, he knows he's better than Jackie Love after the 2 games that he has. So he's picking up the same pick. He has the Rakan and Gragas, so they have easier engage, so they don't find themselves in a problem in these earlier team fights where the engage from Xin Zhao just feels awkward.
And now we're seeing Ning on that Trundle to opposite Haro on what we expect to be the Gragas, though again, that could be flex, we don't know yet.
That's true.
Last time he played that, he played against Snake, went top lane, ganked Flandre 3 times in 3.5 minutes, and walked away with 3 kills under his belt.
That being true.
I'm not saying that's going to happen to Ray this time, but just talking about how important those solo lanes have been for this series could factor into why Ning decided to take that Trundle.
Yeah, it always comes down to the mindset that you have, because back then, IG had phenomenal strength in the top side, and you're going up against Flandre, and that's where SOFM has found strength in.
Yeah.
This time around, you get to wonder if that's the case with Ray and how few resources he's been really getting. He almost wants you to gank him. That means that the rest of the map, it's the mouse effect, benefits.
Is unlocked, yeah.
And so that's the real question. I expect Ning to, if he's going to play towards the top side, it's because the counter pick for Duke is really spicy.
Well, we'll see what Duke gets to take into that top lane as Malphite gets banned away from EDG as they look towards their final ban. Again, taking away that Swain and Lucian, perhaps trying to put Jackie Love on something unsafe. Though it must be noted, Ezreal is still an option. He could play a mage into this matchup and back away from iBoy. But that being said, do you think we're ever going to see iBoy willingly step back from a fight, especially against iBoy?
Hey, that's no joke cover, by the way.
Oh, yes!
There we go. Follow up Hansama in EULCS. Jackie Love locks in Draven, and there's a reason for it. We've seen it particularly in lanes of the range disadvantage. He knows that he has the advantage over Kai'Sa in the lane, just has to worry about the engage from Mako, so he feels fantastic. We saw what happened at EU when it was just Misfits busting up the enemy team. That's what IG wants to do. They want to wrap this one up early. The Jace and Draven is calling on the fact that they don't want this game going on late.
Oh no, the Lane Kingdom picking for those lanes exactly. Ornn again for Ray, and now we'll get to see.
Oh, are we getting it?
As the Talon is being hovered by Scout, Yasuo as well knows he's got to take the threat against Rookie for the title of best mid laner in the league right here, right now. Scout is making his case, and Rookie is doing the same.
Mako's playing with me. Look, Gragas and the Ornn, you have to lock in the Yasuo. There's no other place. There are so many knockups on this team. 3 of them, Rakan, Gragas, Ornn. And not only does Yasuo benefit off of that, it's the AD carry as well. Kai'Sa's going to have a field day with him. So you can see the wombo combo forming from EDG. while Invictus Gaming are trying to break it up in the lanes.
Not necessarily a wombo combo in the strictest sense of just stacking abilities, but more stacking champions, as Rise is now the pickup for Invictus Gaming to round it out in the very end.
There we go. That's going to be a Jace for the top lane.
Yeah, Duke taking that carry.
There are a few teams that can really flex out the Jace. There are a few teams back in the day. It was Newbie. You can put it with Coco. You can put it up the top lane. There's sometimes where B feels like he can, you know, style with a pick.
Yeah.
This time around, of course, you have Rookie and Duke and the Shy. You can play wherever you want of both solo lanes. So, of course, Rise now in the mid lane is super difficult for Yasuo to deal with. Yasuo's going to have a rough time even having to go cleanse here.
Yeah, that Rune Prison is just so strong, and Rookie is one of the best Rise players in the world. Definitely going to be putting Scout through his paces, though. If Scout's earlier performance in that game one is any indication, he looks ready to match the skill of Rookie on the stage, as again we've got a strong pushing lane from the bottom lane of IG. They've got themselves that Jace in the top lane, and then a Rise to scale in that mid lane.
And sometimes we have discussions of, is IG ever going to change? Are they going to be a team that starts valuing the team fights, the later portions of the game? And they are unapologetic about their style. That they're just trying to run you down the map early on in the game, and if things go awry, then they'll try and style on you because they're mechanical players that maybe they outplay you. They're going to hope with this composition, the Rise sure has some late game stealing opportunities. You have Trundle and Alistar as well, but the solo laner is going to have some rough times, and it's going to be Draven that needs to be running roughshod in this lane.
Already, we've seen EDG play towards that bottom side, but JackeyLove, despite 2 rough games, picks his signature champion in Game 3 in the Pride match against the other Prodigy AD carry of iBoy. Draven versus Kaisa. JackeyLove versus iBoy.
And it's a real run of confidence. You don't get to see JackeyLove's Draven when it's a high-stakes situation. Usually, teams say, nah, that's too risky. You can play it in scrims, you can play it up against LGD, you can play it up against anyone you want, not when it counts. This is the first time that I've seen JackeyLove play the Draven up against EDG in a Game 3 situation.
And this is the fate. This is what IG need to have if they want to close this out. But ladies and gentlemen, we've loaded onto the Rift for Game 3 between Edward Gaming and Invictus Gaming. You can hear the crowd is dead silent as the chants begin.
Why are you flexing emotes when you know that he's not going to see it? What's even the point?
That is a lot of emotes.
What's even the purpose? And that Fizz artwork looks silly, by the way. I'm putting that out there.
I do believe that is the point.
He doesn't look like that. It's not up to scale.
This is also iBoy's 100th game in the LPL. Congratulations, iBoy. And now he gets to play his signature champion of Kaisa against JackeyLove's signature champion of Draven. What better way? It had to be this way.
You know what's really funny? Just talking about the 100 games, I know we pride ourselves. If anyone out there in the Western world is saying, 100 games, that's a long time. No, we in the LPL, that's 1 year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Ain't that impressive?
It's not even the full year. We're week 6.
Yep. So it's hilarious to see that, you know, showcasing that he has played 100 games. That's a lot of on-stage experience in a serious note.
Yeah.
So that just showcases that in the LPL, you can run your players in there, and when you get to an international stage, you're like, wait a minute, he feels really
For a
confident
new
in this
player, he's got a
situation.
lot of experience.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, uh-oh, looks like we've already got a gank coming bottom lane. Haro is stepping up, body slam, and the slow, and JackeyLove is dead again. Double emote out of EDG's bottom lane, and the flash, the chase. iBoy tries to flex. JackeyLove is teleporting in.
You might want to cancel that.
He completes it and walks away alive.
All right, Haro's body slam, you're done here. You're never playing Gragas again. Get out of here. That would have been a kill, or at least a good chunking on a JackeyLove. Never allow them to TP into the lane like that. But yeah, that's rough. You know, you pick the greatest bottom lane for yourself, at least the matchup, and then Ning is nowhere to be seen when it comes down to it. Of course, it seems like it was just an easy level 2 gank there for Haro.
Yeah, just a bit of cheese coming out of EDG to prioritize that bottom lane. We did see Scuttle take by Ning as the trade for that. He got blue. He was able to take that Gromp off the back of it and then Scuttle. So still prioritizing the bottom lane, just not by being there.
And that's the trick of jungling in the post-Scuttle meta when it got buffed and the junglers were starting for experience, because in this situation, IG is like, if you're Ning, you're like, yeah, I want to have pressure early for my lanes, but at the same time, I don't want to take a risk of going level 2 and start ganking. I'm a Trundle. How is that going to be successful? And asking for him to do a counter gank level 2, that's even crazier. So he was just going for the usual level 3 route, and he's going to at least punish Haro for being bottom side so early and taking his blue buff.
Yeah, now it's level 3 Smite against level 3 Smite. Even Duke is getting in on there, as he's level 4 and managed to push in top. Rookie is trying to get in on the action as well, and it looks like EDG are going to have to give that away as Ning with the Smite secures it. And IG just prioritizing those solo lanes. They push in and they try to punish Haro.
And the CS differential of the jungle isn't already massive. Of course, remember, one camp is 4 CS, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's going to be very soon, because no blue buff for Gragas is insane. He's going to have a rough time this game trying to clear out, especially if he's walking towards the Krug camp. That takes a lot of abilities that you're going to have a rough time going to the next camp for. So yeah, with the Haro gank bottom lane, it's a big send-off here to iBoy and Mako to use it in some way, shape, or form, because he's gonna be hunting for something.
Yeah, even off that recall, he wasn't able to complete his second stage of the jungle item, that Chilling Smite or the Challenging Smite, and is now just relying on the base stats of the two as he tries to take that Krug camp nice and slow. Here you can see some of those Draven runes on your screen. Again, it's all about the snowball and, of course, Gathering Storm, just in case the game goes late and you need to match that Kai'Sa damage.
That's true, and one thing, I know everybody runs Triumph at the moment just because a few of those runes got nerfed that were in competition of it, but Triumph on Draven just sucks to go up against, because you already know that he's cashing in off the first kill. But of course, he can really just continue to snowball, because Triumph is more HP on more HP, so you never want the first kill to come more down for JackeyLove, because not only does he get the HP to continue and want to fight more, oftentimes can turn into a dive, but first one already got him that much gold. We'll see if Ning can get something going here for JackeyLove.
Yeah, the classic win more style. As the headbutt pulverize, iBoy's the target. He has no flash but heal. He gets on the other side of the frozen pillar and is able to walk it away from that turret, only utilizing that heal to escape. So IG affecting that bottom lane instead of the solo lanes.
Good immediate response from iBoy though, because he didn't have flash in that situation, only had his heal and his E to just get up out of there, because if he had stayed there a little longer, a millisecond longer, the Trundle pillar would have kept him on the opposite side. So he got out of there scot-free, but that would have hurt.
That's the mechanics that we expect out of iBoy, able to walk away with his life, whereas JackeyLove was not. But despite that, we still got an early recall out of JackeyLove, still going with the BF Sword start to go for full damage, full lane pressure against iBoy and Mako. And why not? When you've got these two massive players on your rosters, what better lane to focus than this one? Still keeping our eyes on Haro and Ning and how they path around and try to affect their lanes, because right now Rookie is controlling the mid lane happily on this counter pick Rise. Duke is having a great time on that Jace top lane as he's 11 CS, and now Ning might be looking for a follow-up.
Rise can help here too. He has his ultimate available. We'll see how long this play goes on for.
That's the BF Sword. iBoy will go down. Ning locks that kill. Mako has got flash. Is he going to try to use it in order to escape? Like you said, you saw a bit of a roam from Rookie. Recall has begun, but Ning is just going to walk him away. Bowline tries to head it off. Scryer's Bloom. Oh, there we go. Now
give the kill to Draven.
JackeyLove stepping up. He just wants the assist.
Give it to Draven.
Slow it over the wall, but the pillar, knock up headbutt, and auto attack. One, auto attack two. JackeyLove cashes in.
500 gold off of that. Bling bling. I mean, JackeyLove was really needing that kill because he couldn't get the first one. Scumbag Ning took it, so he had to assure the second one. And that's what we're looking for. It didn't start too hot for JackeyLove in the bottom lane with the first gank, but Ning regained control and was able to get it going bottom lane. So there we go. 10 CS advantage here soon enough for JackeyLove, and the kill advantage too.
Yeah, ganking not once but twice. I've never seen that before in the history of League of Legends.
Never.
Camping a lane. Absolutely unfathomable strategy. You hear that, solo queue?
I've never done it before.
Unfathomable. But still, if it pays off, it pays off. Scout in the mid lane, he's still about 13 CS down, 2 waves behind Rookie, and is just trying to clear this wave out now as Rookie gets passed over that blue buff. His tier is stacking up as well, so that Rise happily scaling.
Did you know the cheap elo strategy?
Is it gank a lane twice?
It's to camp Rusty's lane because he's a good player.
Ah, okay.
So if you ever find that condition, do it.
Well, if I ever find myself in a ranked game with Rusty, I'll consider myself lucky enough to be at that ELO. Or sorry, ELO to play with him. As still, that's a strategy that IG are trying to use right now, as they did focus down that bottom lane, and Ning finds himself a kill along with Jackie Love. But this game seems to be a lot slower than our game 1 and game 2. Seems like we might actually get the chance to see some extended laning phases.
It's because some of these solo laners, as I say, they're playing it safe. Duke is about to get run down.
Yeah, Ray is actually trying to chase. Hits the Flame Breath, Volcanic Rupture. Ning, not spotted. Meanwhile, Rookie, he's going to be targeted. Haro over the wall. The cast knocks him in the immediate follow-up, a cleanse, but he doesn't even bother wasting the flash. Good reactions or not, that was a great pick from Haro.
Yeah, so well done. I wonder why Rise ended up finding himself topside, just completely eliminated from the mid lane. So it took him the long route. Unfortunately, Haro was there. That just might turn into a tower. Wow.
Whoa. Scout with the reaction wind wall prevents the whirling death from clearing out the minion wave. And EDG, off of a single pick, are looking for this first turret.
Just because, unfortunately for Rookie, that was a lot of stacking waves and a cannon wave to that. He's trying to get there as soon as possible, but it's way too late.
Yeah, the minion wave is just crashing in. That alone is enough to finish it off, as it is
Wait a minute.
fully stacked up. Ning is
Wait a minute.
there. Oh, the hero minion attack, 46 health. The turret is still standing.
Quick, someone blow on it.
Yeah. A strong breeze will bring that down, but now IG, they've got that sword of Damocles hanging over their heads. All of that standing gold for EDG is a very easy pickup. Are they going to try to quickly rush down a turret elsewhere to open up the map, or are they just going to have to give this away?
Yeah, you'd expect them to use that sword of Damocles properly.
Yep. Damocles.
Yep. 100% Damocles. So that is the stage of the game. I mean, look, we were talking about this in Champion Select that Rookie got himself a fantastic lane. Of course, there's always that potential that once you ping 6, Haro can impact it to get the kill potential. Ends up getting it. It's unfortunate for Rookie because now he actually just can't stick Scout down in lane in a poor matchup and utilize what was a great CS advantage. It's now dissipated from the kill that Scout was to get. If he ever finds an opening, Scout can just breeze on that tower and end up finding himself in a side lane.
But that's IG perhaps trying to make a play on the other side of the map. Subjugate onto Ray. He gets the knock-up and a stopwatch. Ning resets his aggro and just tosses the pillar underneath it to finish that kill off. Meanwhile, a ping forward onto that mid turret. The clock is running IG, and Scout isn't even going to have to try as he picks up that first brick solo on Yasuo.
Here comes the trades, because 3 members are going to be locked down for IG topside. That means Yasuo has all the time in the world to go bottom lane, and Jackie Love and Battleland is actually stuck here.
Yeah, you just saw the whirling death. Jackie Love with a reaction flash away from Mako. Gets away from the turret in time. Scout still looking to chase this down, and another flash. Yes, EDG will be able to take this, get some damage onto this turret, but IG walk away with their lives.
I wonder, because Jackie Love and Battleland knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
They knew that they were going to get routed, but they tried to slow the pace down, cleared the wave. So now they're in a safe position. Sure, both of them don't have flash, but IG as a team benefits so much. Will even get Rift Herald with nothing really traded over.
It ends up being 1 turret for 1 with that Rift Herald traded for Mountain.
There we go.
Again, eventual damage versus eventual damage, though it's much easier to see the literal effect of the Rift Herald charging into a turret versus the long-term effect of a Mountain Dragon. But IG are actually forcing a fight onto Mako here. He's still got flash. Jackie Love is chasing it down. The teleport. Killer Instinct ready for Eyeboy, and Jackie Love steps up in time to die. As IG, they wanted this fight, but I'm not sure they want it anymore. Battleland gets knocked up as Ray finds a 3-man Call of the Forge God. They're still chasing it down, and they manage to find the kill onto Haro. Rookie chasing Eyeboy. He lands the snare and gets it before Scout can save him. And Ray is forced to back away as IG take a reckless fight, and it pays off.
Yeah, EDG were waiting for the immediate burst. Ray came in with the ultimate. They thought they were going to be doing a good job, but it was just unfortunate that they couldn't get anything off of that. And it was actually Battleland tanking it fully through with his ultimate, so he couldn't kill Battleland. And it was ultimately Rookie that ended up getting the kills.
And Ning on the other side of the map with Rift Herald did not activate it, but here's that fight again. IG, they just feel that they can take it.
And so Mako played the long con game. He ran it up. He knew that he just had to buy for time. He was going to die anyways. It just turned into an AD carry for support trade. IG sticks through. Look at Rise and Jace trying to reposition, and Battleland just tanks it through completely. So while at the beginning of it, EDG feel happy about it, unfortunately they couldn't follow through on the Ornn ultimate, and the save couldn't come through with the wind wall. So EDG started off well, but couldn't finish it.
The mechanical outplay by Rookie to get past the minions, to walk past Haro, trusting Duke to finish off that kill and find the secure. That's the sort of teamwork that we expect out of Invictus Gaming, especially between Duke and Rookie as Scout tries to push this wave in. But still, IG, they seem to be taking these fights off of feeling and feeling alone, and it's somehow paying off time and again against EDG. You might stack them pound for talent as, whoa, Hex Flash. Okay, Balan.
All right, I see you.
Goes sideways.
But I'm wondering, because the play was happening bottom lane, was Rift Herald used at all?
It was not. That's what I was about to talk about before the replay. Ning was on the other side of the map without a way to get in and did not use the Rift Herald after pushing a minion wave, so he's still sitting on it.
There we go. So that's still a pressure point with IG being able to push EDG off bottom lane. I mean, it's there for a long time, so he still needs to find an opportunity to use it.
Oh, look at this, Baolan. He steps up. That's the headbutt knock-up. Scout with an early wind wall. Keeps himself safe. Call of the Forge God goes through. Knock-up onto 2 as they get the bounce house. Ning goes down. Baolan will follow. Whirling Death as Jackie Love joins the fight, but iBoy lands himself the Void Assault. Rookie looking for some more, but IG have already lost 2.
Ray has flash here, so if he ever finds an opportunity with the walls that are present, he can look for it. It's a lot of carries on the side of IG. No CC, no tanks there. That being said, they're not willing to take the risk. They ain't Snake. So they're just saying, we'll take what we get and we'll move on.
And hilariously enough, both teams looking at that and saying, we want to fight. We think we can outplay this better than the other team, and it works in favor of EDG. Though Rookie and Jackie Love are actually pushing up to this tier 1 turret for some damage. Ning still sitting on that Herald. He's got about 45 seconds left to activate it as look at the damage onto iBoy.
We might get an awkward Herald run. You know those type of Heralds when he places it in the jungle or right in the base. He's like, I have no time. I forgot to track it.
Yeah.
We'll see it. It's almost up. That being said, take a look at this. Baolan comes in immediately, and the follow-up is there. The only issue is that IG, their carries couldn't follow through. So that's easy kills on towards Baolan and Ning as they're far too far forward. And so IG is like, maybe we can poke it through, but that's a very deep risk, so we're going to play it back. Here it is.
That's the Rift Herald used in mid lane. iBoy just showed himself bottom. Now take a look at these stats. IG, they're 19-0 when at 15 minutes they have more than 1,000 gold. Well, that's right on 1,000, Raz. That's riding the line between the two. As Rift Herald will break down this tier 1. IG, the Lane Kingdom, looking to ride that Lane Kingdom to victory against Edward Gaming.
It's a weird stat to show because they're a team that's been winning a lot of games this split.
Yeah.
And they're a team that's have a lot of early games because
Whoa,
they're prioritized.
Flash engage, they found it. Baolan with the, I believe that was a Hex Flash. Managed to get a pick onto Haro. I think that's what the purpose of that stat shows. IG good at snowballing.
Yep. Definitely good at snowballing against the rest of the teams, but the way this set has been playing out, teams like EDG, RNG, Rogue Warriors in some sense, can challenge them when it gets to the later stages in the game. In fact, Rogue Warriors have been a team that have been behind and consistently comes back. So that's why, while the stat is beautiful, it's more so keep it in the back of their head, just in case IG mess it up somehow.
Perhaps EDG will be able to bring them down and add another loss into that column. The first loss to try to counteract that stat advantage. As slowly but surely, IG, they're starting to snowball the map. Ning groups up with Jackie Love, Rookie, and Baolan roaming across the bottom side of the jungle. As now that's 3 turrets broken down. Whirling Death is ready, but Windwall soaks one of those spinning axes.
And that's one tough thing for Draven in a lot of these fights is that you have to worry about the wind wall when you're auto-attacking. Such a large loss in damage if you lose one axe. But with that being said, he has Bloodthirster early, which means that he's pretty tanky in a lot of these fights, sustain heavy. So looking at how this fight formed up, easy pick on towards Haro, they can just walk it through. I guess very short.
And that's IG just hunting out the vision, doing exactly what you said, using those control wards placed by Baolan aggressively in EDG's jungle, following up on the pressure from later.
You know what's funny?
You've got to chuckle.
It's hilarious. Sure, they all place their control wards down, but you can see where the control wards play stats come from, the Baolan places them all. Because no one has a control ward except for Baolan. Yes, 3 of them, just in case. What's happening here?
One gets cleared out. Well, hey, you don't need control wards in your inventory if you've already got one on the map, Raz.
I mean, if they get challenged in any way, shape, or form, they didn't get challenged there because of how snowball it was, and you do have to replace it. That being said, it's a joke just because, you know, they've already placed their controller spot side. I just want to see if they buy wards now, just because now they want to be able to place it topside 18 minutes into the game for the Baron buff. So it's going to be two people, Rookie and Ning, so it's going to be a lot easier in that standpoint.
Of course, that Realm Warp able to get Rookie behind enemy lines to look for some vision. Follow-up from Ning. That has been something that IG have struggled with in the past in Rookie and Ning's synergy together. So I don't expect them to be side by side. The strategy we just saw was Ning and Duke, or Ning and Jackie Love, while Rookie tags up with Baolan or with Duke.
It's going to be hard for Duke this time around. You're right. Early on in the game, it's a lot of Ning buddying up with Duke or the Shy. More often the Shy, but with Duke, it depends on the games. Naturally not as strong in the solo lane as the Shy. Duke this time around's on Jace. That's really fragile. And a lot of that is, if we ever get, you know, what happened in game 1, where Scout tries to come bottom lane, this time it's going to be iBoy. If he gets that kill, IG has to go pedal to the metal for these towers.
Look at this, and that's what they're doing. EDG are caught not defending a minion wave, and they lose a tier 2 because of it. iBoy looking for a kill onto Duke in the bottom lane. They should be able to find it as he's knocked up. iBoy finally finds himself onto the board, but IG, they've still got 4 members on this side of the map.
Yeah, and that's a big risk if you are iBoy there. Because in most situations, you do that if the wave is in a proper position. This time around, he did it when they were knocking at your door. So IG has a whole backup out of there, but you know, you find yourselves in these situations. It's iBoy that's saying, hey, we're a little bit risky, we're a little bit desperate, we need to get something going.
Very desperate trade as the next wave crashes in. Rookie Ning and Jackie Love getting some damage, even the explosive cast, but here comes another wave. There's the pillar. Baolan looks for the knockup, but Mako dodges out of it, but still, Jackie Love was just firing onto that turret. The raw damage Draven does breaks it down. It's 5 turrets to 2.
And the Trundle pillar allows for that to happen so often. So Haru's in a decent position because he's a Gragas, though that means that he can save himself with the body slam out of there. Won't use it for an engage. But it's Scout who's going to be suffering. He's going to have his flash soon, so he can respond if he's the target. But for the last little while, with the 3 kills that he's had, he hasn't had the opportunity to press up at all.
Yeah.
Because the Trundle pillar makes it so easy for the rest of Invictus Gaming to follow up with damage.
And this is where it gets so risky for EDG. They're a team that thrives off of mid-game tempo and control. If they can set the pace of the game, it's much easier for them to snowball. But their ability to take turnarounds when from behind is something that has been lacking for them for a long time. And now, Invictus Gaming, they're in their element. They're in the lane kingdom. They've got winning lanes. They've pushed all the way up to the inhibitor turret at 20 minutes. With that stat to back it up, if ever the odds are stacked, it's going to be one hell of a turnaround if EDG want to get back into this.
That's true. You got to respect the analytics. Yeah.
But
sometimes
the
they got to
stats,
do
the
it.
numbers, yeah.
Sometimes the stats matter.
So let's get into that actually. What does EDG do to get back in? Is it a late game team fight against Invictus Gaming, who they've lost the past 2 games off of team fights from?
You say late game, but I think it just means that finding that one person. Right now it's Jackie Love. He's a little bit far off, but he's respecting it and backing away because Mako, he has flash. He's Rakan. It's always that one button press that really makes the difference if you catch out that one pick. So right now, IG as a team are fairly happy. They're playing responsibly. They have summoner spells available, so it's not too available and present to them.
Yeah.
But in those situations, that's what you aim for, looking for the mistakes, because while in scrims, maybe you FF out of it, but in these kind of games, you wait, you keep a watchful eye for those opportunities.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I think you said it right on the money, is that IG, they're playing responsibly. This isn't the reckless IG from Spring Split that would just apply non-stop pressure to you until you caved. This is a more intelligent IG. And EDG have got to be more careful as a result of it. But the flash engage, they've actually managed to get a lot of damage onto it. Ning is dead. On the backside is Rookie. Teleport coming in. Jackie Love separated by the barrel. Scouts in the front. Goes Golden. Duke joins in. Ray gets knocked back, but Jackie Love is firing. He gets the shutdown onto Scout. Rookie's looking for the bounce. He gets the snare. Finds his target. Dropping the Realm Warp to let Baolan actually chase onto that as well. As slow prevents Rookie and Baolan from chasing, but Jackie Love finds a kill on the side as IG pull EDG into their waiting arms. The flash knock up and the quick arcane flux for Rookie finds another kill.
And that was just torrential brutality at the end of the day. The way the fight was placed, there is no touching Rookie and Jackie Love behind the wall. At that point, what are you going to be doing if you're EDG? You play front to back, and they had some targets, but not the right ones, and that's what count. Invictus Gaming get a crucial team fight, and they get the Baron.
And the Baron picked up. 7,000 gold advantage, 22.5 minutes in. It started with EDG looking for a pick, but with incomplete vision.
Jackie Love and Rookie in great positions here. So while Ning dies early, who the hell cares? Because at this point, it's a great time to just walk it front to back. Duke gets a great flank position to really make it impossible for iBoy to position properly. He ain't going to be walking up. So is this the great fight for IG? The rare team fights you get out of them.
That certainly is a strong team fight. IG showing that growth, but now they've got that Baron buff. Now they're sieging up to the base of EDG. You can see it was not Stormrazor's second out of Jackie Love. It was Infinity Edge Zeal. And though Scout has picked up his own Infinity Edge, and we've got 2 items on that Kaisa as well, IG are explosive in this matchup. And let's see if they're still playing responsibly here as they start trying to push up to the base of EDG.
It's insane. Right now, Ray is going to have a tough time dealing with Jackie Love. Has the 15% true damage off of the Infinity Edge. Has Conquerors as well, so peeling away the armor with him. So Jackie Love is a tank at this point. A tank in the sense that he'll run you over. So that's pretty nice to see. Wait a minute, it looks like the fight's happening.
Oh, Ning is once again the target, but he flashed. He didn't use that last time, and look at the damage Jackie Love is doing. Now he was tagged by that Void Assault. iBoy will force him to back away as he penetrates through the shield, but
no.
Rookie brings the drop ship in. Minions up to the turret. Still, he's trying to play with fire as EDG are racing to defend.
This is going to be rough. I mean, it's going to be tough just because you now have Rookie on side lane with teleport. Didn't even feel the need to join that bottom lane fight because it was butchered on the side of EDG. So now you have to deal with the bottom lane pushing in while Rookie is having at it in your top lane tower.
Yeah, and here comes the siege. Jackie Love is standing nice and far back as Smite will clear out that minion wave. Duke just waiting for the cooldown on Shock Blast as he pulls attention away. And IG playing perfectly with Rookie on the far side. He takes down the inhibitor, and still IG are just standing there.
Look, Jackie Love understands that he's the president. Oh, wait a second.
They're turning onto Rookie, and they've actually found him. That's the killer instinct knockup we're looking for, is Mako getting the engage. They found Duke over the wall. Now it's 4 versus 5, but IG still setting up the siege. Jackie Love steps forward.
It's a number down here, so it seems like this is your opportunity if you're EDG.
Knockup hits Baolan. The cast finds Jackie Love onto the side. Mako looks for it, but Baolan with a 4-man knockup. Jackie Love begins to start chucking axes. Ning and Duke come in from the side. Knockup onto 2 as Scout goes forward, but he dies to Jackie Love. Not caught in the CC and chucking those big old meaty axes. And now EDG, their base is under siege. 1 inhibitor down, and IG rotating for the second.
Yeah, they're going to try and take as much as they can. 2 inhibitors, both bottom lane and top lane, are hefty advantages there. So I wonder if IG is going to back it on up. 26 seconds on Scout. Some teams would try and end.
Rookie has got teleport. He's bringing in the cavalry. Freshly stacked and full health. Mako eats his spinning axe as he makes his way in, but Rookie steps forward. IG looking to close this series out. They turn onto the Nexus. Call of the Forge God. They need to get Rookie. They need to get Jackie Love, but Baolan with the headbutt denies the knockup. Mako will go down as Jackie Love chases down the kills. iBoy versus Jackie Love, mano y mano, but IG have got the team behind them. They're going to step up onto the Nexus. Jackie Love flashing the wind wall, gets the last attack, and ends this rivalry between him and iBoy.
Respect the lanes, respect the early game. IG ends it early. Super well done from them, and honestly, there was some progress being seen throughout 3 games in the set. You saw teamfight victories from IG. Something we said that we would never see from IG. They're starting to get better while they're at the top. So lessons being learned from their end while still keeping true to that early game mentality.
And that presence is now something that truly is to be feared as they are 10-1 in the standings. One of the best teams in the league right now are Rift Rivals representatives getting to play against their former allies. But as they take a bow in front of the crowd, it's off the back of Jackie Love. It's off the back of Rookie. It's off the back of Duke. Those laners stepping up in such a huge way throughout the course of this series.
Yeah, and you see the fan signs out there. I love IG. Of course you do. They won the set.
Oh, yeah.
There we have it. I mean, but the fans out there have been pouring in love from Game 1 to Game 3. It's the first time we get to see IG come out ahead of EDG. Remember summer of 2017 where they lost off of West's engage.
Yeah.
So that kind of engage, I think that really haunts them.
The career-ending flash, as it's called.
Now you flash back, you come all the way over here, fast forward, to this time, and it seems like Invictus Gaming have the tools available and are now gunning for them in the playoffs.
Especially in a game against Edward Gaming, because not only do they have the tools this time, as they did last time, but now they have the discipline. They have the fire to not crack under pressure in these massive on-stage games. Rookie in that series on Cassiopeia was the one who was falling down, who let IG go. But now he's played against SKT at Rift Rivals. Now he's played against EDG and shown that pride.
And what I like about this game, really at the end of the game, and I know Rookie got cat out on the top side, whatever. Jackie Love. Jackie Love recognized that Rookie was pushing up top lane, and that recognizing that he's been getting picked out a few times throughout the series, plays it super safely, had a phenomenal game 3. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets MVP this game. It was a great progression from game 1 to game 3 for him.
Yeah, and I'd love to hear the analyst desk take on that Jackie Love performance, because again, that game 1 was so rough with the 2v2 kills. Game 2, the exact same thing with Haro's interaction down there. But then game 3, it finally goes the other way, even after he gives up first blood. So the tenacity is something that has to be respected.
Strong mentality, and of course he called in his jungler, so communication came in strong there. Proper early game. Well done from Invictus Gaming as they move on.
And now it's time for our analyst desk to break down that Invictus Gaming series win.
Thanks, guys. And Clement predicted it right. He got a 2-1 prediction to Invictus Gaming. We lost him. I was going to give him a sticker, so it's mine now. Congratulations, Clement. But you thought EDG were going to take this one. Unfortunately, we're not able to. And I know from what you were telling me during the game itself, came down to draft once again, where it just seems like IG were able to outdraft.
Yeah, I pieced out during draft phase. As soon as I saw that Gragas lock, and I was like, I guess it's going to be one of these days, Edward Gaming. That's cool, whatever. When you prioritize a Gragas that early in the draft, you want to gank level 2, which is exactly what happened. And Clement had an interesting discussion where we kind of went back and forth, is it worth it on a level 2 gank if you burn your flash to get it? Because it puts your jungler so far behind, and then on repeat, Ning then just counter-ganked every single time in the bottom lane and shifted that focus back. And because Draven died so early, it's not like he lost a lot of stacks there. So the issue is that they flashed the Trundle. I would have rather had the Trundle-Rise combo. You actually see Invictus Gaming have it. We talked about it in the pre-show. IG did it. It is so devastating. And then also using the draft to flex the Jace around and bait out the Yasuo pick. I said it before, I'll say it again. Invictus Gaming draft better than Edward Gaming every single time. EDG have always been inconsistent in drafts, and it doesn't matter what coach they have. If it's Aaron, if it's Rapid Star, if it's Nofe, they always have draft blunders like this. I never agree with it. And I'm like, maybe it's Clearlove. Clearlove's not even on the roster, so I don't know what is happening here. It must be something from the organization, from the very top end, that is just so ingrained in their identity, but it costs them really big here.
Whereas for Invictus Gaming, their drafting has been phenomenal. They looked really good in this
They've
series.
always been probably the cleanest drafting team in the LPL.
So if that's the case, they probably only have to kind of shorten up the weaknesses that they have in team fighting. If they can do that, they're probably the best team in the LPL, it seems.
Well, yeah, that's what we said about Spring, but then here comes RNG. So, yeah, it's also about the talent, unfortunately, in the LPL. It's not just the team fighting, but it's also having the ability to make those miracle performances. I think the MSI argument is a really good instance to showcase kind of where Invictus Gaming fall short and why they're not the best, because Invictus Gaming do not win MSI the way that RNG did it, because they cannot play that style, because you saw, again and again, Jackie Love had a decent Draven game this time around, but he was also giving repeated ganks, repeated resources. And I don't look at that game and say, yeah, Jackie Love on Draven was the carry. Nah, I'm looking at Rookie, and I'm like, Rookie was the carry.
And that was the other matchup that we were looking towards. Rookie going up against Scout, and Rookie picks up an MVP for his Game 3 performance on Rise.
And surprise, surprise, this series came down into the mid laners. And Scout, when he got the favorable matchup, when he got the resources, which Edward Gaming didn't even mean to put the resources into Scout, they find success. Now this time around, Yasuo, he got the early 600 gold. It kind of felt like Edward Gaming were going the route again, but the fact that it was such a hard counter pick, that the Jace was flexing to the top lane, baits out the Yasuo, Scout never got into the side lane. He could have gotten there so much earlier, but didn't commit on that mid lane tower. So mistake after mistake, Invictus Gaming punished it well. They deserved to win this matchup. But frankly, I look across at our other elite team like Edward Gaming, and the synergy's still not there. There's still a lot of growing pains and a lot of inconsistencies.
Beautiful drafting coming out from Invictus Gaming and perfect execution. MVP goes over towards Rookie in the mid lane, who is standing by with Clement for a quick interview.
Hello everyone, and with me right here is IG's MVP Rookie. Rookie, 你可以跟大家打声招呼吗？
大家好，我是爱金的中单 Rookie。
I have to say that was the best series that we've seen for the entire year. IG versus EDG, what a classic. Can you tell me, like, straight off the top of your head, what do you think was the key thing that won you this match? 我觉得你们这个系列是我今年看过最好看的一个 BO3 了。这样，那我想要就是请你就是凭第一印象来讲的话，你觉得你们能制胜 EDG 的关键是什么？
可能，按理来说，我们的团队的，就是大家都说埃及的最缺点就是每个人的一些团队的，就是磨合不足。然后我们总一直都赢的比赛全是靠个人能力去赢比赛比较多嘛。但是最近呢，就是我们每个人都特别想改这个问题，所以不管打什么情况都尽量跟队友沟通，然后导致我们最近的所有的比赛跟训练赛都打的就团队的一些嘛。然后就今天最关键的就是我们团队的能力比之前增高了很多。
Everyone always says that Invictus Gaming's biggest weakness is our cooperation, our coordination and communication always seems to be a bit off, and we only win games through our individual skill. And this split, everyone has been committed to solving this problem. So in our recent scrims, in our recent games, we made extra efforts to communicate with each other more often. And I think really winning this series was all about the communication and how we play together as a unit. My second question for you, Rookie, is that IG so far has 100% win rate when the games end before 30 minutes. What do you think about the style that you guys have cultivated here? 第二个想问你的问题是，目前 IG 只要打是低于30分钟的比赛，胜率是100%，一场都没有掉过。那我可以问一下，你们对你们这种打法风格的话，大概有什么样的评价吗？
因为我们还是比较喜欢的打法，还是就是靠个人的线上能力去打开局面，这种的打法比较多嘛，所以大家都说我们的赢得比赛的时间很快，然后很快就结束了，然后都说让那个公园就早下班啊什么的，所以其实就是我自己跟我们下路的，就是性格就是在线上一定要打出优势，然后慢慢用这个有时滚雪球这种的打法，对我们来说已经是我们的特色的一个点吧。所以，因为我们线上能力已经够强了，所以才会这样，就是赢得这么轻松吧。
So everyone says that we do win off our individual abilities, and in those games that close out faster, we do have a very, very high win rate. I think a lot of it does stem from our mentality in the mid and in the bot lane. We're all players that are very dedicated to winning our lane, and the fan community has said that we do play like a lot of public officials, that we always get off of the show on time. You know, we have to go back for dinner, so we play incredibly fast. A bit of humor thrown into that question. I want to ask about the team mentality going through the series, because it did look like the bot lane was cracking. There was so much pressure there. Jackie Love was having such a rough game 1 and game 2, and in playoffs he was the first one to go over there and console you. What did you do in this series to make sure that your bot lane could rebound from the disasters that happened early? 我想问的话，最后一个问题就是你们的这个下路，其实第一场跟第二场就心态感觉是已经完全炸裂了这样子。那时候在季后赛的时候 ，Jackie Love 也是首先过去安慰你、平复你的情绪的这个选手这样。那在这个系列赛的话，你们是怎么样让他谷底反弹，有办法就是重新在下路站起来？
可能他这个人就是比较很随意嘛，意思就是他不怎么在意就是虽然我第一把就是输得很惨，那第二把输得很惨，就是在线上一直被抓或怎么样，但是他并不在意这个点，就是已经结束了，他就不想了，然后就好好准备下一场的比赛这种感觉。所以虽然他的战绩也不是很好，然后线上也是特别多，但是并不觉得他心态有多炸，他还是在队里说的也挺多的一个选手。所以我就很喜欢这个选手的。
So Jackie Love is actually a pretty easygoing person. Even if he has a bad game, when the game is done, he doesn't think about the game. He's looking forward. He's preparing the next match already. So actually, even though he didn't have quite a good record and his laning phase was pretty terrible, he didn't really mental boom like everyone expected. And that's something that I really admire about my bot lane so far. Thank you very much for the interview, Rookie. And we're going to give it back to the analyst desk.
Thank you, Clement, and goodbye, Rookie. But thank you for joining us for that quick interview. Nice to hear that, Jackie Love always looking forward, not as emotionally as affected. And I like that Rookie's providing some insight that he feels like the biggest problem in IG's team at the moment is their lack of communication. Not the team fights that we always talk about. It could be a factor for that.
No, that's what I was going to say, is that it's actually a factor for their team fights, as well as some of their cross-map decision-making. I do want to go back to the point, though, about Jackie Love, because I know Jackie Love gets a lot of flack. He's been caught out. The playoffs were not a great moment for him. But again, if you watch the end of the game, it's Jackie Love who stays on stage with Rookie as Rookie, starts to collapse a little bit. And Jackie Love stands by his side. He picks up his jacket. He tries to comfort Rookie and walks off stage with his captain. So you don't see that level of maturity very often from a very young player.
Very young.
And comparatively to iBoy, who is just such a massive shit talker, Jackie Love is like much more mellow, much more humble, if you will.
He had a public apology on Weibo as well after IG were eliminated from playoffs and had to play in the third, fourth place match. He was devastated by it, but was hungry to do more and hungry to come back stronger, which I think IG have done quite well so far during Summer Split. Still only dropping a single game so far in the Summer Split. And let's actually take a look at the rest of the standings in the LPL, because IG top of the table, 10-1, now 2 points ahead of both RNG as well as JDG.
I think RNG needs to feel a little bit of heat. They've got a game in hand, but JD are right on top of them and also have the head-to-head matchup. So there is a very real possibility where RNG are going to have to make another gauntlet run if they continue to slip down the standings without Uzi.
They've got a nice buffer between themselves as well as Suning, but they do have to watch out for JD. That was the team that took down their victory when RNG started in their home stadium in Beijing. On the western side, Rogue Warrior still on top, with EDG dropping down to 7-4. Snake now very close to second place.
Yeah, and the real race here for me is actually in the fourth place spot. The fact that TOP, FPX, even OMG all have a shot at this one, it's maybe not the brawl that you wanted to watch, but it's still exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, still about a week and a few days of cross-conference left, so we'll be able to see which teams are able to leapfrog moving closer towards intra-conference round 2 as well as the playoffs later on in the year. But we can take a look at the matches that we have tomorrow, because there is one final day of week 6. It's going to start with Suning taking on FPX, JD taking on Snake, as well as RNG taking on TOP.
And not all of these matches are very clear-cut. We have a lot of high performance starting to slide backwards, as well as our underperformers or our lower tier teams starting to overperform. Again, the LPL is just such a grueling slug of a region. We have so many different games, and burnout is a very real thing. And some of these top teams, they start to lose focus. They start to kind of coast through, starting to prepare, for the grind and the intensity of the late game run of the playoffs. Yep. So this is the best chance for teams like FPX, like TOP, even like Snake to start punching above their weight and find that sucker punch back into the standings.
And it's normally around week 6, week 7 where these teams start to get the late playoff runs or the playoff buff, which we see so many teams like RNG always acquire whenever they move towards the latter half of the LPL. But that's the end of our broadcast tonight. I'd like to thank all our casters, Rookie for joining us on the show, Indiana for joining me on the desk, and all of you watching back at home. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.